Hello my darlings, this video is slightly overdue, but we're here now. How are you? Last year I did film my perfume collection video, and I did say I was going to come back to that because it's a bit of a process, it's a bit of a journey for me. I am decluttering, I'm making things tidy in my collection, and we're still going through that process. I did say that I was also going to bring in empties, which I do have quite a few of. Last year, this year, even next year, it's a year of mindfulness when it comes to my fragrance collection. I feel like I'm in a place where I know what I like and I don't want to go blindly collecting anymore. This is also a hobby that needs space, and I don't have that much space, you know, and I feel like I'm in a place where I feel like I don't want 1,001 bottles. I want a lot of bottles, just not 1,001. But before we get into the video, can we discuss this gorgeous robe? You'll know I love a robe. This is vintage Ralph Lauren. I found it on eBay. It is denim, it is big, it is perfect for the season, it is so me. It just brings this beautiful juxtaposition of the masculine and the feminine, and I absolutely love denim when it is presented in an interesting way apart from trousers. Fun fact, I hate denim trousers. I own like maybe 3 pairs of jeans, but a good denim bag, a good denim robe, we can talk about it. We can definitely talk about a good denim dress. Count me in, count me in. Enough of that. Let's carry on with my collection. If anything, I will make sure to link my first video down below in the description box. Also, I ask that you forgive my lighting. It is winter time. I thought I would catch just a little bit of the natural light, but the light is fading, but we're going to do the best that we can. I'm going to do the same thing that I did in my first video. I have categorized my fragrances in some sort of group, and hopefully I'll be able to tell a story as I go through them. If I talk about any other fragrance content creator, I will tag them down below. And I think I've done all the housekeeping I need to do. We'll start with the only niche fragrance I have on the table right now, and this is 1989 by Theodoros Kalotinis. I can easily say this is possibly one of my top 10s. This is a very heavy patchouli fragrance. To me, it is absolutely beautiful, heady, earthy, almost damp as well, just sensual, just reminds me of me. It is so me. It is very medicine woman, something I like to call myself. This is a fragrance that I need to repurchase ASAP. It is something I would buy quite a few bottles, also because I was born in 1989 and I really like that. Stay away from this fragrance if you don't like patchouli, because that's what really shines in this fragrance. But there's also a bit of plum in this, a bit of black pepper, a bit of raspberry, but what really stands out is the patchouli. Now let's move on to the celebrity scents. I will start with Sarah Jessica Parker because I have 2 of them from her, and we'll start with the one everyone seems to know, and that is Stash. Now I belong in the camp of the people who feel Stash is very niche-like. I love how it smells. It is definitely not a celebrity smelling type of scent. It smells expensive, it smells rich, it smells cozy, it smells like it was thoughtfully created, and I absolutely love the bottle as well. For me, Stash is the fragrance you wear with like a beautiful cashmere sweater and a leather jacket. There's just something about it that just wants natural materials, if that makes sense. Woody and sensual. It's got lovely notes in it. There's a pistachio note in this that makes it very creamy as well. There's also musk in this, black pepper, grapefruit, and ginger lily. Now I have heard the rumors that this is very difficult to get in America, but here in the UK this is still very easy to get and very affordable. It's under £30. This is a fragrance I also have quite a few backups of because I genuinely do love it. I think I've finished a bottle in the past, I'm not quite sure, can't remember, but definitely one that needs to be checked out if you like creamy, woody, interesting, sensual scents. Next up is Covered Bloom. I bought this because I liked the original. Absolutely beautiful. A very interesting chocolate lavender scent. Yes, I know, sounds different, but trust me, it's gorgeous. This is also pretty. It reminds me of a girl who likes to have fun. Very bubbly, very sweet, a tuberose forward scent, very easy to wear. It's something that I found that I enjoyed wearing to bed particularly. And would I repurchase this? I don't know, but I really like it. I know a lot of girls would love this. The bottle is gorgeous. As I had mentioned, a very forward tuberose fragrance. But the tuberose is playful. It's played down. There's a bit of coconut in this. There's musk, there's plum and jasmine as well. And there is a touch of amber. Another tuberose scent. This is White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. A lot of people sang the praises of the tuberose in this. And tuberose is a note I feel like I'm falling in love with. I didn't expect that because a lot of people had said it's a sweet note. But to me, there's something really good about tuberose. Let's just say I'm a tuberose girly, okay? Now, in White Diamonds, there is aldehydes in this and musk, which makes it quite soapy, which makes it a very more, let me say that again, it makes it a much more grown-up tuberose over this. This gives me playful princess vibes. This gives me grown woman vibes. A beautiful fragrance. I absolutely love it. I could possibly buy another bottle. I'm not sure. Let's see how I feel when I get to the end of the bottle. There is something about this fragrance that is very workhorse, and I feel like you could wear it in all weathers as well, and just wear it to different types of situations. It is a classic floral of its time. It's got jasmine as well. There's carnation, there's rose in this, there's orange, there's lily, there's neroli, and there's cinnamon as well in this. Let's move to brands that I'm not quite sure what they are, but they're definitely not designer brands. I would call them beauty brands, I guess. Let's start with Elizabeth Arden. I welcomed into my life so gratefully a bottle of Red Door, a vintage bottle of Red Door, and I love this. Another very beautiful tuberose. When I got this and smelt it, I breathed a sigh of relief because in my collection I do have a bottle of Carolina Herrera by Carolina Herrera. Try saying that many times. I've got vintage formulation of that, and it is a stunning, bombastic tuberose. And I was worried, am I ever gonna find another vintage bottle of it? And then I met Red Door, and it just ticks all the boxes for me. It smells quite similar to that. It makes me very happy, and thankfully finding vintage Red Door is not that difficult. I have put on my to-do list to get the reformulation of Red Door. I have a feeling it's going to be quite similar to the vintage one, but I'm very happy to have this. It is a little bit sweet, but not over the top for me. There is rose in this. There's also peach and plum. There's also honey, carnation, and lily of the valley. I am so glad to have this in my collection. It is something I wanted to try for so long. I have the longest list of fragrances that I desire to try. And yeah, Red Door has been ticked off the box. It is approved and definitely going to be repurchased. Next up is Splendor. Let's spray this and remind ourselves. Okay, very clean, very open. Slightly reminds me of After 5 by Elizabeth Arden as well. Another fragrance that I absolutely love. There's something very easy about Splendor. It's not memorable enough for me to repurchase, but I'm glad I've experienced it. I had this fragrance ages ago as a young woman in my early 20s, and I just wanted to remind myself, and I saw it at an absolutely fantastic price. I thought a 30 ml bottle was just enough for me to experience it. And yeah, it's a pretty little thing. I prefer After 5 over this. There's an edge to After 5 that I like, very secretary-like, Madame stockings and high heels. This gives me easygoing mommy who likes to just smell clean and fresh and pretty. That's what splendor is for me. There is a wateriness in this fragrance, like a freshness, which I feel comes from the hyacinth. But some of the other notes in this are also bergamot, pineapple, lily, musk, and sandalwood. Definitely want to check out if you like your clean florals, just something fresh and open, and it's also really affordable. Let's talk about something that I really love. Oh, this is something I really love. This is Zigzag by Dana. Just one of my most interesting favorite summer scents. I love the wonkiness of the bottle. The combination of purple and green makes my heart sing. Let's spray it. Medicinal, herby, a little bit like a cough syrup. It's a kind of fragrance you wear in high heat and your skin is out on show. You know, you're wearing a really open top and you have drenched yourself left, right, and center with this. And it has a cooling vibe to it as well. I really like this. This is something that I feel like is very unisex, and it's something that I have backup bottles of because this is an old fragrance. You have to go scouting about for it, and I decided to just buy it before it disappears. And I absolutely love it. As you can see, it has been enjoyed during the summer. It's not your stereotypical summer fragrance, and that's what makes me really like it. The citruses are not too sweet. The fragrance is sharp, it's refreshing, it's everything you want in a summer fragrance. It does have very interesting notes in this. There is basil, there's tarragon in this, there's patchouli that grounds it, and there's also white flowers. Definitely want to investigate if you love your summer scents. You love your freshies, you love to smell clean, and you want to feel cool and soothed by your fragrance during summertime. Now, the next one, I wanted so much from this. This is Patou Colony. I believe this range of fragrances are like some sort of rendition of some fragrances from the past from Jean Patou. I'll leave a link down below to explain myself a little bit more, but I wanted something heady, something bombastic, something sensual, something that said come hither, and it just fell a little bit flat for me. And I have tried to wear this both in the summer and the winter, and I just didn't get what I wanted from this fragrance. One thing about my collection is I do have quite a lot of bombastic scents, which I like, which works with my skin chemistry. Big fragrances play well on my skin chemistry. This is not big enough. It's pretty. I just wanted a little bit more. As I said, when I looked at the notes, I thought, yeah, this is going to rock my boat. It has leather, it has clove, it has pineapple, it has nutmeg, it has vetiver, it has patchouli. It just didn't pack a punch. Regardless, I do think it is worth exploring. As I said, down in the description box, I'll leave a little blurb about this. Now for my first Guerlain fragrance. This is a Chant d'Amours. I have so many Chypras in my collection. Something like this does not stand out, but it made the cut. I'm willing to keep it. Let's see if it will make the cut again once I go through my collection. But you have to like this scent profile, slightly animalic, slightly old school, big floral. In Chant d'Amours, we have citruses, ylang ylang, sandalwood, gardenia, and vanilla. Now let's move into designer brands, classic designer brands. Let's start with the old school because we all know IJ loves the old school. With me, I have Paradox from Pierre Cardin, one of my favorite leather heavy fragrances. This reminds me of a girl going out, leather jacket, skirt, stockings, very strong drink in her hand. Okay, very strong. Because she's that type of girl, she can handle her drink. This is beautiful, very sexy. Let me remind myself. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, yeah, ooh, yes. I have several backups of this beautiful fragrance. Absolutely love it. Very leather forward, strong in the clove. The florals are there dancing along. Now this fragrance has a little bit of a story time and a bit of do your due diligence. Okay, when I bought this fragrance, I fell in love with it immediately, so I bought a few backup bottles. But as I was going through my collection, I wore this and I thought, oh, I could buy another bottle. I wouldn't be mad to have another bottle in my backup collection. And when I bought these bottles, they were like under 15 pounds. Now I cannot find a bottle under 80 pounds. Yeah, 15 to 80 pounds. Moral of the story is, if you find a fragrance that you love, that is you, and you have the coin, buy it. Buy a few backup bottles. Don't let regrets be a part of your collection. Do not. Back to the scent. For me, it's the base that really shines, that just speaks to my heart fragrance-wise. There's leather in this, there's incense, there's oak moss, one of my favorite notes. There's tuberose in this, hyacinth, and some citruses at the top. If this came out today from a niche house, people would fall in love with it. I said what I said. Let's stick with the old school. With me, I have Bijan Bijan. This puts hairs on your chest. This is the type of fragrance that if you're not careful, it will wear you. You won't be wearing it. This needs a lot of confidence. I can get away with it because I am Madam Confidence, or rather I like to tell myself that. This is a very big, heady fragrance, very strong. Oh, many would find this to be too masculine to wear as a woman. Surprisingly enough, my husband absolutely loves this fragrance on me. This is not the original bottle. I will pop up a picture of the original bottle. The bottle that I had failed on me. I have a backup of this in my collection. It is a very strong fragrance. It's not something that I need many backups of, and the bottle is big. It's 100 ml. I don't think you can get a small version of it, but it's a beautiful scent. I wear it and my confidence just skyrockets. I just feel like, yeah, this is what Wonder Woman smells like in the battlefield. Yeah, this is what she smells like on the battlefield. It's heady, it's sweet, it's woody, it's over the top, as I had said. It's classic of its time. It's got far too many notes in it, but what really sings for me in this is the honey note. The oak moss is there, the leather is there, the clove is there, the ylang ylang is there, the vetiver is there. There's a touch of citruses. There's also some fruity notes. It is definitely worth exploring if you are very unapologetic about how you smell and you wear fragrance for you. You don't wear fragrance for compliments. I will also link down below where I get my perfume bottles. I think they're a perfect accessory for any perfume lover, any perfume collector out there. We need our tools, you know, to really help us manage our very erratic hobby. Let's round up the classics. I have Versace red jeans. Who remembers this? I remember it. I remember my older sister wearing this in the early 90s. This was the fragrance to wear. Was it early 90s or early 2000s? Let me check. Yes, I was right, early 90s. This is not a classic IJ scent, but it really surprised me. It does smell like shampoo. It does have that vibe of a nice fruity soapy shampoo, but it's rather pleasant in the summertime and somewhat uplifting. I've decided to keep it in my collection simply because of what it is. It is very iconic. I have fond memories of this, seeing it in my sister's bag. It's not offensive. It would make a lot of people still happy. It's a kind of scent you buy for a holiday, just in case you don't want to carry too many expensive scents. You want that scent to wear when you're marching about on your little escapades during a hot summer holiday. I'm not mad about red jeans. She is who she is, iconic of the time. Red jeans is a fruity floral. It has peach, apricot, Rose, Lily of the Valley, Musk, and Vanilla. Take this as your sign to revisit the oldies. A lot of the oldies are affordable, and you might just find something you fall in love with. We don't pay homage enough. Let me say that again. We don't pay enough homage to the oldies. We are all about the new right now. And I think the oldies are important. They actually remind us that all the new kids on the block are not that new. Let's jump to Tom Ford. This is Vette de Bois. I believe this has been discontinued. This was from their masculine range. Once again, I do like my masculine scents. I can get away with it. There's something about my body chemistry that seems to somewhat temper them and still let my femininity shine. This reminds me of a man who is exceptionally well groomed. Does not play with his clothes. He's into bespoke tailoring. Everything is tailored. The shirt is absolutely starched to perfection, and he does not use cheap soap. There is something very clean, very open, yet very grounding about this scent. It is strong in patchouli, hence that grounding vibe. I love Vette de Bois. It is something that also gives me a vibe of being in a forest. There's something dark about Vette de Bois. You know, you're walking through the forest and you can smell the earthiness and the rain and the damp in the air, and you can feel the wet soil underneath your feet. I don't know how easy it is to get Vette de Bois now. I remember doing a little bit of a Google search, and because of that I would not buy it again. I'm not really a Tom Ford stan like that, but I do like this scent enough to do a little bit of research and see if I can find a dupe. I'm not desperate. I do love it, but I'm at a point where I know I have such an extensive collection that I don't need to be so desperate to get a backup of everything I love. I can find a replacement, you know. I might find something else that I love. As I had mentioned, apart from the patchouli, there's olive tree in this, there's plum, there's mastic, there's jasmine, and there's woody notes. Next up with me is Burberry London. This was the fragrance that made me understand the power of having a stunning floral to wear in the summertime. And when I mean stunning floral, I don't want your typical girly, bubbly, too sweet type of floral. I'm meaning grown, elevated, expensive smelling. You just smell like money. You fill up the room without overtaking anyone or anything, and you still shine just as well as the fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance in the summertime. It shines so well. It is something I definitely need a backup bottle of. I am close to the end of this, and it really did blow my mind. It told me that I must find my floral summer scents and just have a nice solid corner of them, because you know, sometimes you just want to smell like a lady. You know, you just want to smell like a lady. That's what this is. A really good lady, well put together. Silk scarf, top handle bag, skirt, top tucked in. She's looking gathered. She's ready for summer. She has her plans. She's booked afternoon tea. She's going for polo. She's going to the Ascot. Burberry London. It has the classic floral notes that we all love. There's rose in this, is jasmine. There is also peony, a bit of musk, a bit of patchouli, and a touch of sandalwood. I'm well aware that I'm losing light. I am asking you to grant me a little bit of creative messiness. I really wanted to film this video. Actually, it's bringing me a lot of joy just talking about my fragrances. Let's round up this video with the last fragrance. I have got my love, my OG, my I will always go back to this, my I have been wearing this for over a decade, my I have lost how many counts of bottles I have gone through this. This is Bulgari Petite et Mama. This is one of the best baby fragrances out there. This has been done absolutely right. The chamomile in this is soothing. It is soft, it is fuzzy. You smell like a baby that shops at Harrods. Well taken care of, well loved. Love this fragrance. I have also gifted it to so many people, especially mothers with young children, because that's exactly what the scent was made for, and it just brings me an immense amount of joy. So many memories with this fragrance. I have several backups, and I would love to always have it in my life. That's how much I love Petite et Maman. Let me just spray myself. One of my favorite scents to wear to bed, easy. And surprisingly enough, despite the softness of the notes in this also shines in the winter. I don't know how they did it, but I can wear this in the winter and still smell beautiful. Love. Love, love, love. In Petite et Maman, we have powdery notes. Of course, this is a baby fragrance. There's also vanilla, iris, the chamomile that I had mentioned, rose, and some citruses. As you can tell, I am losing my light. My camera is really struggling to pick me up and struggling to focus on me. So I'm going to end this video here. I am going to do empties in my next fragrance video. If you watch this video to the end with me in darkness, please leave me a comment down below. Here is to summer wishes. Actually, let's make a commitment right now. At the end of summertime, I am going to film my next fragrance video. Hopefully we can enjoy the sun a little bit more and I won't get lost in the darkness of winter. As per usual, down in the description box, I will make sure to fill it up with as much information as I can in regards to where I shop for fragrances online or anything that might come up to me while I'm editing. I want to thank you so much for being here. My name is Ijeoma, and I'll see you soon.